Hi guys, so in this video we will continue to work on Arcade Arena. In previous video we have done the basic level geometry. Meanwhile I have continued that work, so right now we'll begin to texture the level. Okay, so let's start doing that. Let's hide the ceiling. Okay, so this is the basic. This is basically the level geometry. As you can see, the same for the other side. So now for the textures, I've searched for some cave textures, and I have found this website, which has some by this guy. Okay, so let's pick up some textures. Personally, I like this one. I think it will fit. I think it will fit nice within our game. So let's try download this. Okay, so it's this one. Now we'll open this with GIMP, so we can resize the image. We'll be using 2056 by 2056 pixels. So let's scale the image to that resolution. Okay, looks nice. Let's save it. I will save it as PNG because I think it's a better format than JPEG. So let's do that. Yes, let's replace. It's okay. Okay, so now we have the resized image. You can close GIMP or just let it open. May need it later. Just close this image, and we'll call this Rock Cave 1. So now on SketchUp we'll create a new material, and this material you can call it Cave Texture 1. Let's select the image that I have just saved. It's this one. Okay, we'll leave the remaining options as is. Okay, so now we have this texture in the SketchUp. Okay, now to apply the texture, you simply select this paint bucket option, and you start coloring our floor. As you can see, we need to edit the material because it is with a too small resolution. You want to increase that so it looks better. So edit, and now you can increase the resolution. As you can see, it updates automatically, which is nice. Okay, it's looking better right now. It's looking much better. Maybe you can increase it even more. No, this is too big. I think like this is okay. So let's fill the rest. As you can see, it automatically painted everything for me, since I selected everything and I click it in the paint bucket. It looks cool. Let's hide this. Yeah, definitely it's looking pretty cool. Great texture. So let's see how it looks in the game. Let's export it. Oh, this looks crazy. Okay, so I will check what happens, and I will tell you guys next. Okay guys, so I have found the problem. Seems that I have scaled the image wrong in GIMP. You need to select when the image is not the same pixel in width and weight. You need to click here, so GIMP allows us to put the same size for width and weight. That was the problem. The Onion Engine don't work well if the width and weight aren't the same. Okay, so let's call it cave texture one PNG. Let's save it. Let's save it. And now you need to edit the image right here, so it pick up the PNG version. Okay, and now you delete this JPEG version because it is just confusing us. So let's delete that. Let's delete this one too, and let's see if now works in game. Okay, so now it works correctly. As you can see, the ceiling here is missing because I haven't unhide it in the SketchUp, but once we unhide it in SketchUp it will work correctly. As you can see, it it is beginning to look like a cave. I want to do something more, like add some spikes around here or something. I will see what I can do. But the level looks completely different, as you can see. This is how textures make a big change on the looking of the game. Okay guys, so right now we can finish the spectators area. Okay, so the idea for the spectator area is that let me hide this. Is that all of this area will be where spectators will be walking and watching the tournament. But I don't want them to interact with the fighters, and I don't want the fighters to interact with our spectators. So we'll put some walls between them. Let's do that now. We'll use since now we have painted the arena with the textures, we'll use another view in SketchUp that is X-ray, that will allow us to see the planes more easily. We'll use also monochrome, so it take away the textures so you can see better what you are doing. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, I explained this error in the last video. It basically says that it intersected this plane with our hidden geometry, which is the ceiling. Let's continue. Now for this size seems it's okay. Let's do now the same thing for this side. So let's make sure that everything is the same. Okay, same measures, same. Okay, so this part is done. So let's change our view. Let's take the X-ray. Actually looks better, I think, without X-ray. So when you are editing, you can choose the option that you think it fits better. But now you know that for that you need to change the view right here. Okay, so let's see the textures again. Okay, so now we are with textures again. I just put the option shaded with textures. Okay, so let's paint all of this again with our cave texture. Okay, should do it. Let's check. Yeah. Okay, so now you will be using an invisible wall right here, so spectators can see the fighters, but can interact with them. I have already created a texture for this option, which I call it which I use it a simple texture with the invisible right on it. But to make the game use this texture as invisible, you need to edit this file right here, textures, and you add this flag right here, invisible, so it actually will turn your texture in invisible. So now let's paint these walls with these texture. Okay, this part right here, we'll just left it as is. Same for this part. I need to unhide everything, so it's easier for us to look. Seems that I'm missing a wall right here. I will just add that. Okay, and now you can do two things actually. You can left this texture right here as that, so the fighters don't actually see the spectators, but the spectators see the fighters. But if you want the fighters to see the spectators, you need also to paint this side of the texture. So let's just do that. Let's also put a wall right here. Let's paint it. It's done on this side. Let's check this side. Hide. As you can see, is also done. So let's see the other side. Hide. This one you need to paint. Okay. Let's check this side. Same thing. Let's paint. Also, let's side this and this, so can paint it. I can do it like this over. Okay. In the middle we don't want to paint it. Okay, let's check in the game to see what is missing. Okay, I'm now checking. As you can see, there's a bug right here. This way I paint the outer side, which is my mistake. I need to fix that. This part right here, you need to add a wall right there because it's not working. We also need to paint this ceiling. There's also a bug right here, seems. Yeah. Seems that I also need to add more polygons right here because there's some bug on the model. Okay, right here is perfect. This is what you want. This one you want to make it invisible, but as you can see, you need to fix some things, so I do that right now and I will be back. Okay guys, so I'm back. I have finished texturing the arena. I basically just fixed that bugs that we saw before, and I added a new texture. This one and this one texture, I added it to the spectators field in the arena, so it's less confusing for the players that are fighting, so they can figure out that they can pass to that area because it's the spectators area. Okay, let me show you in the game how it looks, and it looks like this. You can see this is the spectators area. I can't enter here. It has a different texture, like I told you earlier. And yeah, I know that the arena seems a bit confusing, but that's also part of the idea for this arena. It will be darker. I want to change it to darker, so reduce the fog of view and stuff like that, and also give the invisibility to players within some interval. I will use the ammo in the interface to tell the player how much invisibility you can use. Then you can activate it by taunting the opponent. Okay, so right now I just want to add some spikes to the cave, so it looks even more like a real cave. Okay guys, so my recording software bugged out, so I lost the recording that I was doing. We will be going to add some spikes to the cave level. I have done already that. Let me show you. as you can see here. I have already added them. Okay, so let me show you how can you do a spike like these ones. We start by using this polygon option right here. This will define our base like this. Then we'll use the line option. We'll get the center of our polygon and we'll draw a line over the blue axis like this. Okay, now you connect all these parts of the base to our center line like this. Yes, okay. And then you can just set the size and the scale of our spike like this. Okay, seems good. Then you can set up the text like this, and here you have it, a spike similar to the ones that I already made. Also, you can duplicate it by clicking in Move button and then selecting a point of the polygon, pressing Ctrl, and you can create this way multiple copies of the spikes like you are seeing here. Okay, so I'm going to delete these ones because I already have these ones that I made before. And let me show you in the game how it looks. Meanwhile, I have already increased the fog of view, so it looks more like a cave, the arena, and it looks much more darker. You can see the spikes right here. Let me reset the fog of view so you can see it better. Okay, you can now see the spikes right here. Okay guys, so this is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.